Hello everyone, we are computer engineering students from University of Technology Malaysia. My name is Ung and this is a technical presentation of question 1 of our Lab 2 assignment on operating systems. So for question 1, we have to draw a process tree based on this C program given. In order to do so, we first have to write and compile this C program inside a Unix operating system, which is Fedora OS for our case. After compiling and running the program, we check the output and then we explain it by drawing the process tree as mentioned. So now, my first member, Kenneth, is going to present a detailed explanation for question 1. Let's have a look.
Thank you, Ong, for his explanation on question 1. I'm Kenneth Login Chan and I'll be explaining on the answers for question 1. Firstly, when given the question, I've tested it on the Fedora machine. So let me try it out. So I'll compile the code here and I'll run it, the output. So as you can see, this is the output here given. And I'll explain the output using the process tree here. So given that the process identifier for the parent assigned is ID equals 21, and okay, so here firstly we can see that there is a fork function code here. So the PID 1 will be 22 because the child process will be produced and the ID will be 22, and for the output for the PID 1 will be equals to 0 to indicate that this is the child. So if the PID 1 equals to 0, the I love output will be printed out. So you can see here the I love output. Else, this else will be indicating all the coding here will be run by the parent. So the parent, it go back to the ID 21, and then the operating system will be printed out here, and then another fork function is called. So another child will be produced. So PID 2 will be equals to 23, and a child process of ID 23 will be created. And for the PID 1 will be remaining as 22, and PID 2 will be equals to 0 to indicate that this is the child process. So if the PID 2 equals to 0, the class will be printed out. So here you can see the class. And another else here will be going back to the parent, and then the difficult will be printed out, as you can see here, the difficult. And then another fork function has code. So a third child of ID 24 will be created. So here PID 3 becomes 24, and at the child process here, PID 1 will be 22, PID 2 will remain as 23, but the PID 3 will become 0 because this is the child process. And lastly here, the printf but interesting. This part, since there is no if-else condition, so both the parent and the child will be printing out this message. So here, as you can see, the but interesting with exclamation mark will be printed out in the parent of ID 21 and ID 24 here. So it will be similar to what I had in the terminal here, which is as follows, similar to the process tree. Thank you so much. That's all from me. Thank you.